guys, welcome back to another episode. As you can see from the title, today's car is quite a scarce, limited edition, unique South African car. So thank you very much for getting into the car with me. So let's go and check it out. Hey guys, we've arrived at my friend Robert's house. His Giulia is in storage, so we're just gonna jump with him in his Giulia QV and just to go and collect the car, and we'll take it from there. See you now. Right guys, so it is an absolute pleasure for me to introduce to you my friend Robert's 2-liter Giulia Rally. It's quite these cars do have quite an interesting history. In the 74-75 season, Alfa Romeo South Africa wanted to partake in the rally scene, and typically with homologation they had to produce 100 of these cars. So a total of 100 were produced. 40 of them were 2 liters and 60 of them were 1600s. Funny enough, to get information on these rally Giulias is a bit of an issue. You'll see, if you Google and so forth, there isn't a lot of information available on these cars. This was a nut and bolt restoration that my good friend Bas at Algadine Panel Beaters has done. It seems Bas is now quite a fan favorite on all my episodes. You can see he did an absolute astonishing job. The mechanical side of things were handled by Roy Prando. He did the engine, the gearbox, the diff. We'll show you a few shots later on with regards to those mechanical elements. But it's been a complete nut and bolt restoration. Each and every little thing of this car has been restored to basically to factory spec. So without further ado, let's start from this side, and I'll go through the intricacies of this car. Right guys, so if we start at the left rear quarter of the car, we focus on the mags. We'll see that these are, if you look at the script here, these are the personal mags, and these were also a special edition only for these rally Giulias. You'll note that they are 14-inch in size, so the tires are 185/60 14s. You'll also note that the rear brakes are not drum brakes. It's got a drum on the inside for the handbrake. But what's quite cool with these cars, the 105 series Alphas, is that they've got rear discs. Obviously for rally driving, you obviously you need to have strong brakes. But funny enough, on all the 105 series cars, they had discs all round. with a built-in handbrake system. And that's actually something that segregated the Alfas from the competition, because back in the 70s there weren't a lot of cars that had 5-speed gearboxes and that had disc brakes all around. Right, now moving to the front of the car, you will note that first of all they removed the chrome strips. This is basically a normal Giulia setup, but they did however remove the front chrome strips. It's almost like they had a bit of a sort of black stealth look that they wanted to go for these rallies. And then quite obviously you'll note that with these rally editions they do have the spotlights. Right guys, now over to the business side of things. I'm now going to show you what this lovely piece of art engine is like. Right, so what happened with these rally engines, it's a stock standard 2-liter engine, but in terms of obviously you guys can see the Delotte 40 carburetors, but originally they had 3 what they call pots or oil baths. So because the cars were used for rallying, the belief back in the day was that the air first had to go through the oil to get it super clean before it entered the engine. But the implication, especially these days, the guys don't really use the oil baths anymore because it is quite restrictive. So that's why Robert decided to rather go with the more conventional Delotte setup. You see also in terms of the brakes, it's got dual double brake boosters, especially in the 105 series cars. That was quite a strong, significant feature for them. And then basically the rest of it still got the original standard radiator, standard battery size. And then you'll see the little window washer on the little bag. The 105 series cars all had that. It's only the 116s later on that had the proper window washer tank, like on my GTV. You'll note here also at the back here a nice little script, plate. And then you can obviously see the chassis number there for the specific car. Right, if we now move over to the interior side of things, you will note if we start there at the top where the dash is, it's basically a Berliner setup that we have in here. It's except a partner from the 2-liter rally script there on the side with the little badge there. Basically everything is the same and very much similar to the Berliner. You'll also note that because it's a 74, it's not miles per hour anymore, it's now kilometers per hour. And then you'll see the nice the rev counter there on the left hand side with a nice clock here in the middle. You also note here next to the clutch pedal is the little foot pump, typical 105 series. If you pump that little foot pump, that's to activate the window washer. And even in those days, it was extreme high level of technology, because as you press a little pump with your foot, the window wipers also activate, which I thought was quite nifty from the Italians back in the day. You'll note the rest of the interior, like we said, nut and bolt restoration. All the seats have been upholstered. It's literally like this car is fresh from the production line. You also note the steering wheel on this side. It's also also still the original steering wheel with the original gear lever knob. If we then move over to the rear of the car, as it is a sedan obviously, you also see it's actually quite ample space. I personally have also pondered about getting a Giulia myself. I prefer the Giulia look a little bit more than the Berliner, but it is quite nice to be able to drive your whole family around. In the GTV it's a bit of a mission. I mean, it's not a 4-seater, it's more a 2+2 seater, but with this one it's a proper 4-seater. So you can imagine the fun to be had if you and your whole family, plus maybe 1 or 2 dogs, maybe a few hamsters, if we all, if the whole family travels around and goes for a spin on a lovely Sunday afternoon with this lovely lady. I just want to show you guys what the rear window board looks like there with the center speaker. I guess that's more for show, because I believe the cars didn't really come out with a radio back in the day, but if you wanted to, obviously you could fit the radio, maybe the speaker as well. Right, so now if you move over to the back, I'd like to show you what the boot looks like. So it's pretty much stock standard. You'll see there at the back is just your normal, again, typical 105 series jack. And then if you lift up the carpet here, it's just your spare wheel, also with one of those personal mags. And then the rest of it on the sides is obviously covered with, with normal carpet. So guys, sorry, just pardon the wind noise. Just want to show you what the car looks like underneath. I'm sure you guys will be definitely interested in that. So there you can see the hangers and then the limited slip diff. And then look how beautiful his exhaust is. The car's almost nicer underneath than what it is at the top. You'll also note that the car is extremely low. He does complain about that a little bit. He used coilovers from Alfa Romeo, I think it is, and he's anticipating to rather put back the original coils, because the car does sit a little bit too low to his taste. Right guys, so hopefully you've got a better understanding now of the finer details of these rated Giulias and what separates them from the normal Giulias. We're going to go for a quick ride so you guys can have a better understanding and a better feeling of what it's like to be inside these cars and what it's like to drive them. So please come along and let's go check it out. Quite a significant Alfa Romeo collection. Apart from the cars that you've seen here today, he has a 1969 Mark 1 1750 GTV. He has a 1971 Giulia Super 1600. He's got a 1974 Alfa Romeo Spider, the Campbell Squareback. He also has a 1974 2-litre GTV. This is obviously my GTV6. This is his 1983 GTV6. If you move over to this side, on the left here is his 2-litre Q4 Stelvio that he uses on a daily basis. And then by now you guys are quite familiar with his Giulia QV that I had the privilege of driving when we collected his 2-litre rally. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We will try in the next couple of weeks to review some of Robert's other cars. I really hope that you enjoyed the video and that you have a better understanding of what it's like to own and to drive in one of these Giulias. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio!